Hello everyone! So the half-year anniversary has just started on Resleri JP and it has been super amazing. I am so hyped about the future of this game. Everything they've shown off has been really cool, and yeah, the game's just in a great spot right now. So I'm going to go over all of the awesome quality of life features, all of the new content, everything they're sort of adding with this anniversary event, and sort of tell you, what's good and sort of what to expect in a few months on global, right? Because all of this stuff will be coming to global within a few months, like 4-ish months about. And it's all super awesome. The game is just, I don't know, it's absolutely great. I love it. So let's start with the gacha. And I'm not going to go over the characters in depth. I will save that for my next video because we don't have time in this one, but I will at least show them off. And there's a couple other gacha updates that are super important. So, the banner characters this time are Valeria, Warrior of Rose, and Liddy, Witch of Rose. They are so cool, so beautiful. I love them. You can just see them in the background here. They're absolutely great. We also have a banger going on for the gacha music. But most importantly, for the gacha, they have updated the permanent gacha pool. So, after 2 months, limited characters get added to the permanent pool. So you can see Christmas characters in here. Whoops. Yeah. So Christmas Resna, Christmas Patty, and everyone before then. So we have Izana, we have Ryza, we have Liddy. And this also includes Memoria as well. So all the limited Memoria are also in here. Obviously, the chance of getting any specific character is very low, or Memoria. Like 1 in 1,000 per character. So it's still unlikely, but you can just randomly get them now. So that's pretty cool. And as far as I know, this is like a permanent rolling update thing. So on the next banner, New Year Mari will be added. I'm pretty sure. We'll see on the next banner. I don't know, like, completely if I misunderstood or not, but that's what how I believe it works. If not, still really cool. We just have a ton of these characters in now, so yeah, that is great. And on top of that, for the update, they did a limited step-up banner with character selectors. So this banner was 6,500 paid gems, which is about $40 USD if you have not bought any of the one-time double gem packs. So it'll be double that if you have. But yeah, about $45 for this step-up banner, which was 2 selectors at step 2 and 5. And 3 multis, and 25 legend medals. So the selectors let you the selectors let you pick any of the units now in the perm pool, so any units up to Christmas. So I personally got Slash Ryza, Breaker Ryza, and Liddy, because I didn't have them on my JP account. So yeah, very cool. Pretty worth it if you just have like some gaps you're missing when this comes out. And as a lower spend player, but someone who's still willing to put in a bit of money, this is a pretty value option. So if you would rather save spark medals and wait a few months for this, for some certain characters, that is absolutely an option. I definitely don't regret saving my medals, so, pretty cool. We also have confirmation about the next 3 banners. There will be more characters in this Rose series. So the first ones we got are Valeria and Liddy. Then we have Silhouettes. These 2 should be Suelle and Heidi. So Heidi will be coming to the game. And then we're not completely sure on these 2, but it should be Fierce and Flocket. So Flock as well, most likely. But this is speculation. Sue and Heidi have already been shown off, so we know that they're coming. Fierce and Flock, we're not completely sure on, but it's most likely them based on the silhouettes, but we don't know for sure. And Flock especially is a little dubious. It's harder to tell. So maybe not Flock. But yeah, not sure. It's hard to tell. But yeah. They're going to be super cool. I personally am excited for Fierce. This character here should be Fierce, I think. And Fierce is my favorite, so I will probably be sparking her if I don't get her, just because I love her. It doesn't matter how good she is. And yeah, that's it for the banner updates. They're great. They're awesome. The next month will be absolutely a trade on gems, because the characters are all just so cool. And so far they're really good. But as I said, I will go over that in the next video. So what do we have in the update itself? There is a ton of quality of life and just other balance changes and things, not to any specific characters, but to the game as a whole. For example, all of the normal and extra recipes have had their material costs reduced significantly, drastically. In some cases, up to 90%. Okay, so not all of them. Some of the really cheap ones are still the same, but most of the expensive ones are drastically reduced in cost. Like if you're making charade Lumants on Global, you know this item is very, very expensive and annoying to make. Now it only costs 8 materials instead of 75. That's really good. Or if you're making layered velvet for /Valeria, instead of 40 of these drops, now it only costs 5. And this is just like a game-wide thing. It's a pass over every single recipe to make them more reasonable, right? So reasonable recipes are still going to be the same, but recipes that were just a bit too expensive have been drastically lowered in price. And you know, now they're easier to make. They're easier to spam. Because even for like our end game JP accounts, the material costs on a lot of these were still too prohibitive. It just costs way too much stamina to farm them that it wasn't worth it. So yeah, and a lot of these recipes are still good. Like Charade Lumant is still a fantastic endgame breaker armor. Yarn Coat, still fantastic. Layered Velvet, still best for Valeria. Like, all these recipes are still quite good. They haven't fallen off. So, you know, absolutely fantastic update. Still won't be coming to Global for a while, most likely, but, you know, that's just how it is. And let's see. Some other updates we have. They have finally removed all of these annoying, like, in-between battles on score battles. You only have to do the main ones, which is great. This was kind of a nuisance, in my opinion, having to do, like, 10 extra nothing battles for hard and very hard every single time a new chapter came out. Those being gone is great. They just felt like a waste of time. Very cool update. They are adding some sort of dungeon expedition system. This is not in the game yet, but it will be coming. So it looks like you can send your characters out on expeditions and they will gather items for you. Should be very cool when it comes. Just some passive item income. You get a bonus based on to the materials based on something, probably like matching types and rarity, who knows. But yeah, that'll be coming. Sounds really fun. And then we have this emblem system, which I guess these are passive bonuses that you unlock through endgame achievements or something like that. You can see in the screenshot, this first one is just a passive all allies skill damage plus 5%. And you get it from making like 500 attack items or something. I think that's what it says. So, or it might be equipment. I don't know. The kanji's really small. I can't read. But yeah, there's a lot of these and they just give like small passive bonuses to combat. So it's another thing kind of like research. You just get them passively as you play the game and you get cool bonuses. So yay. Not bad. Oh, this one, super cool. Give me one sec, I need to drink water. All right, this one is super cool. They are finally adding batch synthesis. We can make, 100 items at once now instead of going through and just tapping one at a time, all those animations. This feature has been really, really heavily requested for a long time. Especially on JP now, where they're giving us like 100 mana with every event, and it takes, like an hour to go through all of that, right? It takes so long. Now we can just do it in one click and, get that despair rolling in all at once instead of like prolonged over an hour. So at least our suffering is instant now, So yeah, very cool. And then here we have a score battle update. I don't actually... I think this is just a UI update. Yeah, this is a UI update. So it tells you, you know, if you have SS rank or not, basically. Kind of nice. Not super huge, but kind of nice. It tells you what your rank is, so when looking at the item in any menu and when looking at it here. So that's kind of helpful. They're also doing an update to the menu. So they're adding, you know, a button to go to home, a gotcha button, a shop button. The shop button is really important. And just a couple other things. They're not adding a container button, unfortunately, but it's fine, I guess. They're still working on it, but more buttons on this menu is always nice. And they are also adding leader skills to the game. I don't know if this means they're planning on adding social features soon, but it's basically just another way to, you know, make characters a bit better and increase team diversity. And I'll go over these a little bit more. I guess I can go through them right now. They posted them all on this page. They are not in the game yet. They're coming in about 3 weeks on 3/22, but they did post a list of all the leader skills that are coming. And I will put this link in the description if you want to look through them yourself. I can't go through all of them, but basically how they work, you set a character as leader and then they have a skill. So this is Aisha, and her skill is, while she's leader, all allies get plus 10% break damage. Fairly low impact. Some of them are much, much better though, and some of them are more focused. For example, we have Valeria, the new Valeria, Warrior of Rose, gives all Lantana units Vanguard and critical damage plus 50%. And what this Vanguard does is it causes them to go first, regardless of speed and wait time on their skill 2. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it makes them always go first. And then critical damage plus 50% is obviously a ton of critical damage. And so what is a Lantana unit? Well, you can see we look at this page, and they also listed all of the classes. They're going to give each character multiple like types, basically. And those types will be how it's determined whether or not a leader skill applies to them. So Lantana units are Lantana units, basically Resleri characters. So we have Izana, all the Valerias, Yuna, all of the Resnas, and Roman. So yeah, very cool leader skill. And there's just a whole bunch more on this page that do random things like stat increases, like physical and magical defense or attack, various other things. Feel free to look through this if you want. Yeah, that'll be coming in 3 weeks. So pretty interesting. And then we also have this. This is awesome. We can now have a team of 5 Resnas, you know, when they release 2 more Resnas. But yeah, you can use dupe characters in a single team now. I think this isn't in-game yet. I actually haven't tried it. I don't actually know if this is in-game yet or if it's coming in like 3 weeks with a lot of the other stuff. A lot of this stuff is upcoming and not quite in the game yet, so let me just double check. Yeah, so this update's not in the game yet, but it will be here in 3 weeks. Whole team of Resnas, Valerias. Absolutely fantastic. Cannot wait. This is probably one of the most hype and requested features, so yeah. And I think that's most of it. Oh right, they are also finally adding a way to skip pop-up animations on synthesis based on rarity and trait level. Not as important anymore with the batch synthesis, but still nice. And yeah, I hope I didn't miss anything. We do have a couple of events with the half anniversary. One of the events is SSR Memoria selectors. So we get our choice of 2 SSR Memoria from the base pool. It'll cost these tickets, which they are just giving out every day for half anniversary, up to 10. And yeah, you can pick 2 of these. This is really great for getting any specific Memoria to rank 5. I guess I can sort of give my suggestions on which ones are better. This Memoria is absolutely fantastic for Ryza because it is slash break damage. So this one is super good with 6% speed and slash break damage. And just getting that extra break damage on Ryza is awesome. Then there's, you know, a number of attacker memoria. This one, unfortunately, is only really good for its magic attack stats. It's fire break damage, so this one's bad for an attacker. You only need the copy, you don't care about the effect, really. And there's some other attacker ones, like this one for magic attackers gives damage up at high HP. I wouldn't really recommend this one because it's a little too conditional, I think. But let me think. I actually didn't think about this, so I don't know which ones are the best. This one's nice. It's for slash attackers. It's slash skill damage. This one is chance to dodge strike attacks. It's really weird. It can be pretty useful in tower, but tower's already clearable anyways, so like, yeah, not that great. You can get 12% speed memoria if you really need them. However, they actually started handing out 12% speed memoria for the anniversary. But anyways, just look at these, see which ones like that maybe you already have multiple copies of to get to 5, or like which ones are, you know, cool. Like, yeah. This is received recovery, it's kind of bad. Mostly the attacker ones are better. I think the best one is probably the Rise of Break one. This Memoria is just super good, but I actually haven't looked through the base pool of Memoria quite enough to know. I'm probably going to go with these ones though, just personally. And yeah, they started handing out 12% speed Memoria, which is pretty cool. The Memoria are really bad otherwise, but we're going to get 5 of these. So 12% speed and really low stats otherwise, and a really mediocre effect of skill damage that goes up to like 28% or something when it's unlocked, I believe. Yeah, it'll go to like 28%. Basically, I would not recommend merging these, especially if you don't already have other 12% speed Memoria. They're not very good merged. You would never use them for damage. You're using them solely for speed. And we do get 5 of them, so it does allow you to, you know, it gives you better access to speed tuning, especially if you haven't gotten lucky with multiple of the like Fierce Memoria or Izana Memoria, like this one, or a number of the limited Memoria that also give like 12% speed, right? So very cool addition, very cool of them to do this. Because having access to speed Memoria is so important for speed tuning in the game, and up until now, we just didn't really have guaranteed access to them, so yeah, that's pretty awesome. And anything else? I think that's about it. Obviously, we have Chapter 9 now. Oh, right. Speaking of Chapter 9, for the event, they're releasing 3 story chapters this month. God, there's so much to cover that I keep, like, remembering things. So yeah, we got Chapter 9. In 10 days, we'll get Chapter 10, and 10 days after that, we'll get Chapter 11. And the story is, like, super hype right now. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's going to be a wild ride. Like, yeah, it's going to be something, so that's cool. And I guess I can go, for one final thing, I'll go over the packs in the shop as well. They added a bunch of packs to the shop with the half-year anniversary. There's a paid gem packs with 20 cookies and 10 Atelier Fest tickets. Atelier Fest tickets are tickets for the Atelier Fest permanent banner. And this banner doesn't update. It is strictly the old permanent pool, so no limited units whatsoever. So these tickets are kind of underwhelming for a, you know, late game account. But the 20 cookies are very good for 300 gems. Like, this is not bad. It's less value than a monthly pass for about the same price. So unless you really want the cookies, I wouldn't get this. But if you really value the cookies, it is good cookie value, so I believe. I'm pretty sure it's better than the story packs, right? Yes, it is a bit better than the story packs for value, so yeah, if you really like cookies, not bad. And then 300 free gems for 10 chocolate cookies. This pack is, of course, good. I am drowning in cookies, so, and I don't really use them very often, so I probably won't be buying these myself. But if you're out of cookies and just want to spend your stamina, yeah, absolutely great. And then these packs, I don't understand them. It's 1,000 free gems for like a minor amount of orbs and some shiny coins. These packs are nonsense. Don't buy these. They're all the same. They're super expensive. I don't know why they're in the shop. They're so bad. I mean, I suppose like 5 million XP is okay, but I don't think 5 million XP is worth 2,000 gems. But these are 5 million XP. It's a decent amount of XP. However, that's only 20% of a level 80 character. Like, yeah, it's not good just for an XP dungeon. It'll be fine. And speaking of dungeons, or rather score battles, for the Chapter 9 very hard score battles, they did add the tier 4 orbs to these score battles, so you can get tier 4 orbs here as well, not just Chapter 8 now. And these score battles are a bit better because they have the critical damage up material on purple. This is great. Critical damage trait is 60% crit damage at level 5, and it's on purple, which means it links to Totori. Speaking of Totori, I know I said she was sparked here in my last video. I meant it. I did end up sparking her myself. And she allows for you to make items like this, where you have Resna, Totori, and this new egg thing. So skill power, crit damage. Very, very good synthesis recipe. And she's super cute. I love her. She's great. Been having a lot of success using her. And we'll just, yeah. Fantastic synth recipe. You get great trait combos all the time. And yeah, okay. I think that's actually it for the update. There's just so much stuff. It's great. Like I said, I will go over the new banner units in the next video more in depth. So look forward to that. They are super awesome. I love them. I really, really want Valeria, but I have to save my gems and my spark medals for Fierce, unfortunately. But I'm also super hyped for Fierce, so it's going to be great. And yeah, just the game is looking so awesome right now. Absolutely love it. And I hope you love it too. Anyways, see y'all in the next one. Look forward to all this content coming to Global. It's going to be great. That's it from me. Bye-bye.